Good evening, friends. Today, we have with us TG Mohandas, President of VHS Kerala, an eloquent speaker to discuss the Kerala gold scam and the drug scam, due to which Kodiyeri Balakrishnan, CPM State Secretary, resigned from his post. Most of us don't know the details about the Kerala gold scam, which reads like a script from a movie, mainly because the Chief Minister, Pinarayi, is said to have control of media in Kerala and thus ensured any leaks from happening. And also, national media was focused on SSR case and Bihar elections. What is shocking is when a chief minister and his office is alleged to be linked with the gold smuggling, who do the people complain to? And Kodiyeri Balakrishnan has been in the hot seat ever since his son has exploited his position. This is the same politician who landed in a big problem in 2006 when he accused Indian Army of abduction and rape. He said that if the army is given extreme powers, it can do anything to anybody. Remember, he's speaking about the forces that protect our lives. In fact, Binish Kodiyeri was notorious right from the start when he flung petrol bombs at police in 2001 as part of an SFI protest during the Chief Minister Antony's tenure. He also attacked the Nantavanam armed reserve camp in 2003 to free 4 of his SFI comrades. When he was picked up by the police, his father forcefully freed his son from their clutches in public view. All these cases were conveniently written off when Balakrishnan Pillai became the state home minister. Then came more controversies surrounding Binoy, who is accused of siring an illegitimate son in Mumbai, apart from a string of financial malpractices, which had barely died, and all this had barely died down when Binish's name cropped up in the gold smuggling scam. From here, we move on to the gold scam case, which has completely exposed Chief Minister Pinarayi's role in it. The Kerala gold smuggling case is related to a seizure of 30 kilos of gold from a diplomatic cargo at the Trivandrum airport in July this year. The gold was approximately worth rupees 15 crores. It was found in the diplomatic cargo addressed to the UAE Consulate General Office in Trivandrum. What made the seizure sensational is that it was recovered from a diplomatic cargo which enjoys immunity from routine examination by the Customs Department officials at airports. Welcome, Mr. TG Mohandas, today to our program.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And we also welcome Ned Narayan, who has been following the story very closely to this session. Thank you, Ned. Yeah. So now we'll move on to Mr. Mohandas. Since most of our viewers don't have much of an idea about what's happening in Kerala, Mr. Mohandas, could you just elaborate on what happened and also the Binish Kodiyeri incident? Thank you.
Now see, on 30th May 2020, the customs in Trivandrum airport, they found a diplomatic baggage in which some household material was there. It came from UAE, precisely from Dubai. Generally, people don't want to name Dubai, so they always say UAE, UAE. In fact, it is from Dubai. The other Emirates of UAE have nothing to do with this case. Anyway, it was a door closer, frying pan, some sort of kitchen utensils, etc. So there is a well-known mad officer in customs. His name is Ramamurthy.
Yeah.
He is always called mad because he was not at all compromising on anything.
Yeah.
Every officer, customs officer in India,
yeah,
will be forced to compromise at some point or the other. And it is their occupational hazard in a way.
Yeah.
I will not blame them sweepingly because they are officers, they have to make a living. You cannot risk your job beyond a certain point. But Ramamurthy was such an officer that he never cared for such political pressure or diplomatic pressure. He said something is wrong with this baggage, I want to open it. Now, to open a diplomatic baggage, you have to go through the procedure of informing the Foreign Ministry, External Affairs Ministry of India. They will inform the concerned country that we have a suspicion on your baggage. Then the country has to either say that, okay, if you are suspecting something, you please open it. Or they should disown and say that it is not our baggage at all. In this Trivandrum case, what happened was Dubai said, no, it is not our baggage. We have never sent such a baggage as a diplomatic bag. There is some mischief being played by somebody. You can open the bag. Then immediately the message was relayed to Trivandrum, and Ramamurthy opened this bag, and then he inspected carefully, and he saw all these household materials are made out of gold. They are not made out of ordinary material.
Yeah.
So everything was gold. And this explosion took place on May 31st. But somehow the media, including the customs, they kept it a secret till May 5th. On May 5th night, somebody smelled rat. And on May 6th, only 2 newspapers reported this as a small news, as if it is a regular small smuggling which somebody attempted and got caught off. That newspaper was Janmabhoomi and Madhrubhumi. No other newspaper reported it. Then on 7th evening, the Congress channel, Jai Hind, by name Jai Hind, it's not so popular, but there is a channel. They flashed this story saying that this much quantity of gold is captured, and the value could be ranging from 15 crores to 30 crores. That was their report. But the other media were silent. And next day, by afternoon, I think Times Now broke the story that this happened in Trivandrum. So the Kerala media was under severe pressure because every citizen were observing, watching Times Now instead of Malayalam channels. So Malayalam channels were forced to break the story, and then heavens fell down and the story started. And initially, it was thought that somebody was attempting mischief.
Yeah.
But then NIA pounced upon the case on the 3rd day.
Yeah.
Uninvited. Though Chief Minister wrote a letter saying that any inquiry is welcome, etc., to the Central Home Minister.
Yeah.
NIA on their own pounced upon this case. They said there is a terror link to this case because the produce of this operation, the money which was got from selling this gold, was used for terror funding in India. And also they said, and even customs said that this is the 24th time gold is being smuggled through diplomatic baggage.
Yes.
In fact, the responsibility squarely falls on the Customs Department also as to why they allowed it 23 times, who allowed it. Anyway, the case was going on. Once the NIA came, Customs became hyperactive and they started arresting all XYZ, whosoever is connected with this. They raided some innocuous jewelry. Some sort of action was seen. And behind that came Enforcement Directorate. And this Swapna Suresh role came out. Subsequent to that, Swapna said the IAS officer's name, that is Shivashankar, and Shivashankar was questioned. Swapna was subsequently arrested from Bangalore. You know how Swapna was arrested? That is an interesting story. One day, the Devaswam minister, not the health minister, not it. The Devaswam minister announces that Trivandrum city is sitting on a volcano of corona, as if corona explodes like volcano and spreads like the lava. He said, we are sitting on a volcano, so we have to do triple shutdown of Trivandrum. And Trivandrum was completely triple lockdown. It is like absolute curfew. Sans shoot at sight, that's all. So the whole Trivandrum city was closed with one inlet and outlet road. And through that road that night, Swapna was allowed to drive to Bangalore.
Okay.
And in Bangalore, not Kerala NIA,
Hmm.
Hyderabad NIA unit flew to Bangalore, and then they arrested Swapna and handed over to Kerala NIA.
Hmm.
I don't know what sort of drama was going on. Because my information, in good faith, I am telling you, there are a good number of officers in Enforcement Directorate. The percentage is less in customs and lesser in NIA.
Okay.
Everywhere these people have infiltrated. And Kerala, you have a suitable ecosystem so that you can infiltrate everywhere. People feel that, oh, Narendra Modi is at the helm of affairs, Amit Shah is at the helm of affairs, and who is that National Security Advisor, Doval is at the helm of affairs. अब इनको नहीं छोड़ेंगे. अरे क्या करेंगे ये लोग? They are sitting in Delhi. The operation is being done at the inspector level, supervisor level, wherein the urban Naxals have infiltrated. So all sorts of stories started floating. Now so many people are under arrest. Customs could not file a proper complaint in the court. You know, in customs, there is no charge sheet. What they call is complaint, which is equivalent to charge sheet. Customs could not complete their charge sheet, and whosoever was arrested by customs got bail from High Court because customs have not submitted the complaint within time. They may have genuine reasons, I don't know. But I am telling you the fact that everyone who was arrested by customs is out from jail. Now, why Swapna and Shivashankar are in jail? Because NIA has charge sheeted them under UAPA. It is very difficult to get bail under once you are charged with UAPA. That is NIA's job. And NIA also has given an affidavit to the court that as on date, we have not found any terror link. We have extended our investigation to Tamil Nadu and other states because we suspect interstate cross-country operations in this. And they have identified one man in Dubai. They went to Dubai, NIA went to Dubai, identified him, and the procedure is going on for deporting him.
Who is
so
that?
Because of NIA, certain things are, certain people are inside jail. Otherwise, by this time, everybody would have been coming out of jail. I'm not much happy with all these agencies' performance because, you know, now it is almost going to be 5 months or 6 months now. I think 160 days are over. So, what is the progress? They have not filed a single charge sheet. And you cannot put someone behind bars, even if it is UAPA. You cannot extend it indefinitely. Now, what ED did was they charged certain people with COFE POSA. Now, COFE POSA has special provision that you can detain a person under a COFE POSA up to 1 year. So, maximum was that is going to happen is these people could be behind bars for 1 year. And once they get bail, they will come out and they will be seen as socially, they will be seen as innocent. You know what happens in media? You get bail, and as if you behave as if you won the case. Recently, Arnab Goswami got bail from Supreme Court. What was the celebration? Oh, Bharat jeet gaya. The nation won. I mean, you have not won. You have got only bail. The case is pending for trial. You can be behind bar again. But generally, people feel that once you get bail, then you are great, you have escaped. It is not so. Therefore, what I say is once these people get bail, the importance of the case will vanish. It will be hushed up by media because media is also not interested in putting left parties in trouble. Media is not involved in smuggling or anything. But their first love is left-leaning liberals, so-called liberals. So media will be happy to hush up this. Now, you know why this happened? During the Notbandi, the currency stoppage by Narendra Modi, demonetization. It is reasonably believed that CPIM lost around 800 crores in cash, which they had as a stock. for election expenses. And you know why a political party need that much cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
अरे रातों रात ये सब बेकार हो गया. You lost 800 crores. So then you have to recoup it somehow.
Yeah.
And printing fake notes or bringing fake notes from Pakistan is not a joke now. One thing, the Coast Guard is alert, the Navy is alert, the customs are alert, and the volume doubles or quadruples. You know, only 500 notes are genuine now. Even 2000 note, you see, slowly it is going out of circulation. The Reserve Bank is silently withdrawing it. You go to an ATM, you will not get 2000 note now. You will get only 500 note. The Reserve Bank is slowly withdrawing it. Everybody blamed Modi at that time. Bhai, kya hai? You withdrew 1000 rupees note and you are printing 2000 notes. It was not a foolish act. It was an intelligent act. Because people need cash. Arey, mera paisa chala gaya. Roma. Okay, keep this cash with you. That is why he printed ultimately 2000 notes. And now slowly it is being withdrawn. So you cannot bring fake notes from outside.
Yeah.
The baggage will be too heavy to handle. The volumes are too heavy to handle.
Yeah.
So the best thing would be to smuggle gold. That is why you will see a spike of gold smuggling, not only in Kerala, everywhere. In Gujarat, every international airport, every port, seaport. Generally, people don't inspect seaport. You go to seaport, then tons of gold will be exchanging there. That is what I am sure about that. Because most of the ports are now run by Dubai port.
Yeah.
That's a big company, DPC, Dubai Port Company. They are running, I think, 5 or 6 of our major ports, including Visakhapatnam, Chennai, Kochi, Vallarpadam container terminal. Everything is run by Dubai. Dubai is having big port interest in India. I don't know why. Even they are bigger than Adani's.
Yeah.
So this smuggling, the basic reason was demonetization. People want to make fast buck. And, you know, government of India, unfortunately, they are not decreasing the duty of gold. Instead, Nirmala Sitharaman is going on increasing the duty of gold. The more you increase duty, now you see, if you invest 5 crores in gold smuggling, within 4 hours, a flight takes off from Dubai, lands in either Kochi and Trivandrum. Instead of 5 crores, you will get around 8 crores. Now, is it not a lucrative business? You invest 5 crores and after 4 hours, you are getting 8 crores, almost double.
Yeah.
अरे क्या है? लोग तो जान लगा देंगे, जान की बाजी खेलेंगे इसके ऊपर, क्योंकि पैसा इतना मिल रहा है. So what you have to do? You have to reduce the duty.
Yeah.
You reduce the duty and make the profit percentage, bring it down to 1 or 1.5%.
Yeah.
This was done by Chandrasekhar's cabinet when Dr. Subramanian Swamy was Commerce Minister. They decided to bring it down, and Narasimha Rao continued that. And there was no complaint of gold smuggling. You make a lucrative business and you arrest whosoever is doing that business. Is a difficult proposition for a country that you have to go on arresting people. ये होता ही रहेगा, क्योंकि इतना बड़ा पैसा मिल रहा है, कौन नहीं जाएगा उसमें, देखेंगे करके. Okay, let us take risk, देखा जाएगा. We will catch hold of this politician, that politician. All these things are happening. The basic cause is, number 1, your demonetization. Number 2, your higher duties. Now, as far as I know, the basic duty on gold is 38.5%. Add to that lot of education, sex, agricultural cess, these, that, then countervailing duty, then exchange rate variation. All these put together, if you invest 5 crores, you get 8 crores in 4 hours. Ab batao. This happened. And since Shivashankar is the principal secretary, he's the closest confidant of Pinarayi Vijayan, the chief minister. You know why he is closest confidant? Pinarayi Vijayan has 2 principal secretaries. One is Shivashankar, the other is Senthil. Now, had anybody heard of Senthil? No. Senthil is also an IAS officer, sitting in the very same office where Shivashankar used to sit. Even today, Senthil is there. I don't know whether he is transferred or not. But Senthil is an upright, honest officer. Senthil never had any illegitimate relationship with any lady. Senthil didn't facilitate any smuggling. So Senthil was unpopular. Senthil was not publicity crazy even. But Pinarayi Vijayan depended on, not on Senthil, he depended on Shivashankar. Because Shivashankar is an intelligent officer who knew how to cut corners, how to bypass law, how to visualize a project which will make money. Because Pinarayi Vijayan needs a minimum 800 crores within this 5 years. So money generation is the most important thing for him. Are bhaiya kuch karo. Chief Minister is not highly educated man. He doesn't even know English properly. So Shivashankaran was practically ruling. Now in between came our Chinese virus. आप लोग जिसको COVID बोलते हैं, I call it Chinese virus. Let us be very frank. It came from China. It was a mischief played by China. Okay, we are suffering. That is another subject. Chinese virus came. What this Shivashankar did was he gave a contract to an American company called Sprinkler.
Yeah.
He transferred all the data of this Chinese virus affected people, those who have gone to quarantine, those who have came from outside India, those who have come from outside Kerala. All their health data and personal data was transferred to Sprinkler, reportedly for studying the pattern of the Chinese virus and predicting how much it will spread and what preventive measures can be done.
Yeah.
And you know, all these jobs they will do free of cost for Kerala.
Yeah.
Because somebody sitting in America has so much love for Kerala that they decided we will do this free of cost. And we will complete the study in 6 months. Such a contract, strange contract was given. And when it came out, Pinarayi Vijayan said, see, all these are small things. My Shivashankar will answer to you. That was his answer. That was the level of confidence Pinarayi Vijayan had in Shivashankar. Shivashankar called a press meeting, explained what has happened, why he transferred data. And now the government claims that we have took back the data from Sprinkler. Sprinkler के पास में अभी कुछ नहीं है. देखिए, not so computer literate like me. We know once you give them something with email, they will give you back and a copy will be remained there.
Yeah, yeah.
अब ये बोलते हैं कि नहीं सब हमने वापस ले लिया. जैसे आपने किसी को एक नारियल दे दिया और नारियल वापस ले लिया, तो उसके पास अब नारियल नहीं है. But this shows the level of confidence Chief Minister had in Shivashankar. Shivashankar has told the customs that Chief Minister used to sign on dotted lines wherever I show, he used to sign. इतना भरोसा था शिवशंकर के ऊपर. अब Chief Minister बोलता है उसने गलती किया तो मैं क्या करूं? I am not responsible. I have suspended him. अरे भाई, you have been depending him for the past 4 years. He was the boss. You have been signing on papers wherever वो एक इंटू मार्क डाल देता, आप साइन कर लेते थे. अब आप बोलते हैं कि मैं नहीं जानता शिवशंकर कौन है. Initially he said, I don't know Swapna. Now Shivashankar and Swapna has confirmed that Swapna had been to Chief Minister's residence 3 times. And you know for what? Chief Minister's wife is to be tutored how to behave with foreigners. Diplomatic behavior सिखाने के लिए उनके घर में गई है. कौन? स्वप्ना सुरेश. बीवी को सिखाने के लिए, एटिकेट सिखाने के लिए. अब ये सब देखिए भारत में और कहीं जगह में नहीं सुना है. The Chief Minister's wife is being trained how to behave with diplomats. Anyway, that is the level of interaction Pinarayi Vijayan had with this Swapna. Now he says, मुझे तो कुछ पता नहीं स्वप्ना क्या है. And you know how this Swapna's appointment was done? She was an employee of Air India SATS, the ground handling agency in Trivandrum Airport.
Yes.
From there, she took up a job in UAE consulate. From there, she was employed by one company or a government-sponsored company called Space Park.
Yeah.
Space Park didn't appoint her directly. Space Park gave their manpower contact to a company in Haryana.
Yeah.
And the Haryana company was so pleased to appoint this Swapna in the Space Park. And now everybody says that everything was done under the instruction of Shivashankar. I won't say it was bad. अरे भाई किसी को काम देना कुछ गलत काम है क्या? कोई आप कंपनी को जानते हैं, उसके एमडी को बोला कि भैया इसको कुछ काम दे दो, दे दिया, उसमें कुछ गलत नहीं है। बट इसके साथ में यू कैन नॉट डिसोन दैट मैन लेटर ऑन. You must say that yes, I gave him a job in good faith. I thought she is a good lady. लेकिन ये नहीं है. Shivashankar took a separate flat near Secretariat and they were enjoying life, Shivashankar and Swapna, deserting Shivashankar's wife. Anyway, that is his personal matter. We should not have any grounds. His lifestyle, he can decide. But the public interest is that Shivashankar gave all the governmental details handed over to Swapna. Every project detail was given to Swapna. The Life Mission project, basically that is a central government project in which state government has some small contribution. उसका सब डिटेल, किसको क्या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देना है, क्या करना है, every decision was taken by Swapna. और खुलेआम cafe coffee day, जो it's a small coffee shop, you might have seen cafe coffee day, all India chief. That cafe coffee day is situated just across the residence of our finance minister. Now, finance minister 3 months back in TV says that मेरे सामने cafe coffee day में 4.25 crore for 0.25 crores cash इन्होंने exchange किया. The agent of Swapna and some Egyptian guy. It is told by finance minister in TV. और ये अब सब लोग बोलते हैं कि मैं इनोसेंट हूं, मुझे कुछ पता नहीं, हमको तो गिराने वाले हैं मोदी, एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टर को भी. You know, I spoke to someone in Delhi. I said, भैया मुझे एक इंफॉर्मेशन दे दो, who is monitoring this Kerala smuggling case? बोला केरला स्मगलिंग केस, क्या केस? मैं बोला नहीं, आपको मालूम नहीं है? अरे 15 करोड़ 30 करोड़ का है. तो बोले 30 करोड़ इतना बड़ा क्या है? अरे हम तो देखते हैं चिदम्बरम का 6,000 crores, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा 6,000 crores, नेशनल हेराल्ड 5,000 crores. तो आप उसके बीच में 15 करोड़ लेके आ रहे हैं. इट इज सच ए रिडिकुलस अमाउंट. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू मॉनिटर इट. दैट इज द जॉब ऑफ ईडी. नहीं, ये जो भी है वो देख लेंगे. अब ये लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि वो नरेंद्र मोदी आके पिनराई विजयन को गिराने वाला है. अरे नरेंद्र मोदी को क्या पड़ी है, आप वैसे ही गिरने वाले हो. See, it is such a small amount as far as ED, NIA, customs, etc. is concerned. This 15 crores or even 30 crores is a small amount. It is peanut. But then why NIA interfere? Because there is the suspected terror funding. That is why they interfered. And for long, आपने जो चोरी किया, 1 रुपया चोरी किया या 1 लाख किया, चोरी चोरी ही है. So the agencies have to work. But there is no political interest behind that. ये सब जो है, because they became unpopular now, they make all sorts of stories that, oh, Narendra Modi deputed Mishra. Mishra is the man of Arun Jaitley. Arun Jaitley used Mishra for catching Chidambaram. Chidambaram used Mishra for catching Lalu Prasad. ये सब जो cock and bull story जो चल रहा है, it's all political part of that. Meaningless. But heart of the matter is, CPM wanted money, they were making money, and they are caught now. Nange haath pakde gaye. They are caught red-handed. It is very difficult for them to pull out of this case. Parallelly, what happened in Bangalore, the Narcotic Control Bureau confronted a few film-related personalities. I don't want to name anybody. They are, one way they are celebrities or not celebrities, whatever. Film personalities. When they questioned this, Binish Kodiyeri's name came out. Now, Binish Kodiyeri is the son of Kodiyeri Balakrishnan. He was Home Minister, CPM. Now, presently, he is CPM Secretary. Now, since he is not feeling well or under some other pressure, he has relinquished his post and somebody else is appointed there. But he was Home Minister from 2006 to 2011. And you know how a Home Minister functions. He gets every information happening in Kerala or around Kerala. The system was, I don't know, when I was working in a government company, at that time, the system was that Home Minister and Chief Minister will be provided with a red file every night 8 p.m. A file covered with the red cloth, invariably red cloth. They call it red file, in which the major killings on that day, the major suicides on that day, the major political and social clashes on that day, the movements of all IAS officers, IPS officers, everything will be chronologically written in that file, and the Home Minister and Chief Minister can go through that every night 8 p.m. And wherever they are, if they are in Delhi, the file will be flown to Delhi and delivered to them. Now it is all computerized, so the flying is not required. So Kodiyeri Balakrishnan saying that my son is grown up, I never knew anything. Oh, sab jhoot hai. It cannot be true. You take it from me, the intelligence DGP will walk into the cabin at 8 o'clock or bolega, Saab, I have to submit something verbally which I could not write in the report. Kya hai bolo? Your son is doing narcotic business. Sir, if he is caught one day, then I cannot take him out of the case. He is playing with fire, that too in Karnataka. हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं है सर, बोल दीजिए सर. This is the normal scenario in every ministry. Intelligence know every movement of all these sons and daughters of ministers, what they are doing and what they are not doing. Kodiyeri Balakrishnan knew it very well, but probably intentionally or unintentionally, or out of his love for his son, he hushed up everything, and now he is paying a price. You know what happened? The Narcotic Control Bureau in Bangalore, they caught hold of one fellow, Sanoop Mohammed, who was financing this narcotic operations. And while going through Sanoop Mohammed's account, they saw that huge amounts are transferred by Binish Kodiyeri to Sanoop Mohammed. So now Binish Kodiyeri is under the custody of Narcotic Control Bureau. They have not started questioning him. In between, ED interfered because huge sum is transferred. First, Binish said it is only 6 lakhs. एक होटल खोलना था, उसके लिए मैंने सनूप को 6 लाख दे दिया. अरे भाई तुम्हारे अकाउंट में, you know, every alternate day you are transferring 30 lakhs. He is returning 40 lakhs. You are sending 35 lakhs. He is sending 20 lakhs. Every alternate day. अब ये ट्रांसैक्शन क्या है? कौन सा होटल खोल रहे हैं आप? क्या हो रहा है ये सब? There is no explanation for that. It was really financing the narcotics. Now somebody says Binish himself is an addict of narcotics. I don't know. Even if he is an addict, the public have no problem. It is his personal choice to become addict or not. It is his personal or family matter. We have no complaint. But he is involved in financing Sanoop Mohammed, who was financing narcotics. Now the credit card of Sanoop Mohammed was found in Binish Kodiyeri's house. Now, Binish Kodiyeri's mother-in-law says that, had I knew that such a card was existing, would I not have burnt it by this time? Therefore, I am innocent. That is what she says. Now, everybody is asking, Madam, then what are all the things you have already burnt? You didn't know the card is there. Therefore, you didn't burn. What are all the other things which you burned? So she is in trouble, you know. देखो कोई टीवी पर आ जाता ना तो कुछ भी बोल देता है. She was first time coming to the TV, so she wanted to draw sympathy from people. तो बोल दिया कि भाई मुझे मालूम था तो मैं जला देती. तो जो चीज मालूम था जला दिया होगा, अब क्यों वो चीज क्या है, अब फंस गई. ये सब नाटक चल रहा है with the knowledge of definitely with the knowledge of previous Home Minister Kodiyeri Balakrishnan. I don't know whether he has direct link with narcotics. He is sick. He is affected by cancer. He was operated somewhere in USA. He came back after getting cured. But now it is said that he is again affected. Chemotherapy is to be started, etc. You know, when karma catches you, it catches you very badly from all sides. You sometimes feel challenging the whole world. And you do all sorts of nasty things.
Yes.
A hubris develops in your mind.
Yeah,
अरे
yeah.
मुझे क्या कौन क्या करेगा,
Nobody
क्या
can touch
उखाड़
me.
लेगा मेरा.
Mm.
That is the dialogue in
Yeah.
films. क्या उखाड़ लेगा ईडी, कौन है सीबीआई. But finally, when you become old, you are affected by various disease.
Yeah.
You cannot stand properly. You need an attendant 24 hours. You are sick, and one by one cases are coming. Not on you, on your child, on your
Yeah.
children. You know, you feel the real pain. Not that when you are affected, when your children are affected.
Yeah.
Your pain is double or triple at that time. आपको कुछ हो गया तो आप सहन कर लेते, लेकिन आपके बच्चे को हो गया तो that is the real pain.
Yeah.
Now, Kodiyeri Balakrishnan is suffering. I have empathy for that man. As a father, I know his plight. लेकिन जो किया वो करना नहीं चाहिए था. सब कुछ गलत किया, अब तक गलत किया, आप पकड़े गए at the wrong time. Karma has caught you. आप क्या करें? This is the brief history of narcotics. Now, Vinesh is in the custody of Narcotic Control Bureau in Bangalore. He is sent to the famous or infamous Parapana Agrahara jail, in which all sorts of criminals are there. Best of luck for him. Let us wait for the second episode of NCB.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I wanted to, Ned, would you like to ask Mr. Mohandas?
No, it's okay. You continue.
Yeah. So some questions people are asking is, there's one. Let me just come to that. See this question. There was an audio tape by where Swapna is speaking. Could you speak about that? Sharmila Datta is asking. A phone recording of Swapna is floating around in social media. Could you tell us what is that about?
See, this is called much ado about nothing.
Yeah.
When a politically sensitive case is going on, all sorts of audios and videos will come out. See, Swapna made a video before her arrest, an audio, not video.
Yeah.
It was flashed by every news channel in which Swapna said that I am under great distress. I and my family are on the verge of committing suicide. All sorts of false stories are being planted in media about me. I know the real target is the present government, and I am telling you, nobody can touch the present government. Nothing will happen to the government. I am guaranteed, but I may lose my life. I may commit suicide. This was the grain of her audio at that time. So it is sure that Swapna is a worshipper of this government. He could be a supporter. She could be even a card-holding CPM member, which they will keep as a secret. देखिए उनका commitment towards the government at that time before her arrest. देखिए. Now there is an audio piece जिसका कोई बात नहीं, किसको पता नहीं ये क्या है. Swapna first said that, yeah, I made such a statement. Then she said, I don't remember when I made it. Now she says, I don't remember having made it. Now अब क्या बताएं? किसको पता? Now government says that we are not going to inquire it. Because what happened is, jail DGP has made a request to the police saying that, Bhaiya, please investigate this. Who made this voice clip? When it was made? Who released it? Is it true? Is the voice true? Etc. Now, police referred that request to the prosecutor. Some koi vakil baitha hai kahin, usko de diya. And his advice was, no, you need not inquire about all these things. You know, have you ever heard that a DGP, DGP is Director General of Police, DGP bracket jails, that is Rishraj Singh. He is asking police to investigate a matter. उसमें एक छोटा वकील बैठ के बोलता है इन्वेस्टिगेशन मत करो, और ये बोलते हैं no, we have got legal advice not to investigate the matter. You know why they are not investigating? Prima facie, this voice clip is apologetic or helpful for Pinarayi Vijayan. See, the agencies are forcing me to tell the name of Pinarayi.
Yeah.
This is what is the voice clip is. Which agency she is not telling.
Yeah.
वो हमको परेशान कर रहे हैं चीफ मिनिस्टर का नाम बताने के लिए. This is the voice clip.
Yeah.
कौन है वो? It could be vigilance, it could be some gunda, somebody.
Yeah.
लेकिन ठीक है, the beneficiary of this voice clip is Pinarayi.
Yeah.
Obviously, center or enforcement directorate or customs will not release this voice clip which absolves Pinarayi. They won't do. तो किसने ये बाहर छोड़ा है? Somebody from Pinarayi side.
Yes, sir.
To build up sympathy towards him. अब ये वीडियो क्लिप सही है मान लो, तभी सही भी हो सकता है. You know, how do you investigate or question somebody?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone through CBI investigation or scientific investigation?
Yeah.
I have gone through. CBI in a case mistakenly questioned me. I was innocent, but I went through that painful questioning for around 2 to 3 hours. And you know, my whole life history, they brought out through my mouth without even touching my hair. That is the level of their questioning. You think, oh, I am smart, I am keeping a lot of secrets. No, man. They know how to. You will cover up all your secrets in front of them. They are that smart and they are trained. I have gone through that painful process. And they give you offer. They will say that हम आपको अप्रूवर बनाएंगे, आप बेफिक्र रहिए. बताइए किसके बोलने पर आपने ये सब किया? You are so innocent, we know. You are such a nice person. You will never do that. Somebody has trapped you. Who is that? Is it IAS Shiv Shankar? We know you have a relation with him. गलत नहीं है. क्या है? A man and woman can have any relation whatsoever. हमको कुछ नहीं है. But madam, you are so great. You are a patriot. You are a nationalist. Please tell us who prompted you, who brought you into this business. We are very sad for you. Was it principal secretary or was it chief minister himself?
Yeah.
Now, this is a genuine way of questioning by any intelligence agency. अरे ईडी इसको सब छोड़ दो. लोकल पुलिस वाला भी क्या करता है? किसी ने किसी का चेन स्नैच किया और कहाँ रख दिया, तो उसको पकड़ लिया और उसको बोलते हैं, अरे भाई देखो, यू आर ए पुअर मैन, वी अंडरस्टैंड योर मिजरी. आपको ठीक है, मजबूरी में आपने किसी का चेन स्नैच किया, कहाँ रखा बताओ, ये केस ही हम क्लोज कर देंगे. आप किसी को पता नहीं है, ये किसी को पता नहीं कि आप हमारे कस्टडी में हैं, तो कल जाके सब मीडिया वाले जान लेंगे, तो उसके पहले इसको खत्म कर लेंगे. सिर्फ इतना बताओ कि कहाँ रखा है, और ये आदमी इन गुड फेथ बोल देगा कि यहाँ रखा है, मर गया. फिर दिस इज द वे पीपल क्वेश्चन. सी, यू डोंट नो क्रिमिनल लॉ, you don't know how scientific investigation is being done, and you take a audio clip and try to win the case. देखो, the case is not going to be affected by this video clip, audio clip जो भी है वो सच है. It is not affected by our case, will not get affected. वो झूठ है मान लो, तब भी केस का कोई लेना देना नहीं है ये वीडियो क्लिप से, ऑडियो क्लिप से. तो ये सब, that is what शुरू में मैंने बोला कि मच argue about nothing. इसके ये सब फालतू चीजों के पीछे मत जाओ.
Ned, you have something to ask?
Yes. Now this profit generated out of this gold smuggling, do you think the whole profit is going to the party fund, or is there any profit going towards the terror funding or anything? Is there any other party involved in this? That is number one. And number two is, if you can, there is a report that Sandeep Nair was involved in this gold smuggling, is going to turn an approver. In which case, do you think ultimately the Pinarayi Vijayan can be framed in this case? These are the two questions.
See, you cannot predict which turn and twist this case is going to take. Now, as on date, there is no evidence of terror funding has come to the notice of NIA. Even if it has come, NIA 1 month back, they told court that as on date, we have not got any evidence of terror funding. We have extended our investigation outside the state. Now, why there is strong suspicion? There is a difference between suspicion and evidence. Suspicion, howsoever strong, will not be treated as evidence by the court. So I am talking about suspicion. One man who was doing this gold smuggling funding, for buying gold in Dubai, you need money. What they do is they take 5 crores from you, 10 crores from Mina, 10 crores from Mohandas. So you have 25 crores, buy it and bring it here so that you get around 40 crores. Give your 5 crores back, 10 crores back to Mina, 10 crores back to me. Or with a margin.
And the guy who was doing that in Dubai was a person called Faisal Farid, isn't it?
Yeah, 2, 3 names are there. Even the Dubai government is suspecting their attaché. A man called attaché is there in consulate. They are suspecting attaché also. What I understand is unconfirmed news is that attaché is already under the custody of Dubai police. That is that apart. What I was telling was one man who was funding this. He had a previous history of smuggling AK-47 rifles to India. He was caught for that. And he's still on bail. He claims that it was all imitation, rifles, not actual rifles. All sorts of gadbad is going on. Now, this suspicious character is supposed to invest at least 5 crores in this gold smuggling, and he got his return. How much return? They don't know. Now ED is after him, customs is after him. He was under custody, and he got bail. Initially, I told you why they get bail. He has also got bail, but all their passports are in the court, either in the custody of NIA or in the special court. Designated court for NIA. So this creates a serious suspicion that a man who is supposed to have smuggled rifles could have funded terrorism also. But you have to have a direct link. Your suspicion will not work in court. Therefore, NIA is going very slowly and meticulously. And NIA or even Customs and ED has to take care of molds within their department. That is another headache. You don't know what leakage is being done from inside. I told you this was the 24th smuggling, 23rd smuggling. It is not that it went unnoticed by customs. You go to any customs department in an airport. If a UAE citizen walks in with all his long robes, etc., every customs officer will stand up, just like a headmaster walking into the classroom. Kyun hai? Because they give you a lot of visa, lot of presents. This I can give you, Meena, I can give you confidentially numbers of phone numbers of retired officers, customs officers with whom I have live contact. I'm not just going and bluffing in TV channels. I get solid feedback from these people, even existing customs officers. Very few. I'm not putting them, because if I ask them, they are my friends. If I ask them, it is an embarrassing question. They cannot leak information to me. Therefore, I am not putting them under embarrassment. But I have very good contact with retired customs officers. They have told me what is happening with the UAE. UAE is a VIP in customs. आप सिंगापुर से आइए, ऑस्ट्रेलिया से आइए, अमेरिका से आइए, इतना बड़ा कदर नहीं करेंगे like UAE, because you get visa, you get presents, watch दे देंगे, pen दे देंगे, dress material, all sorts of compliments will be going on coming from UAE. तो UAE का बैगेज आ गया, नो एक्सरे, नो इंस्पेक्शन, नथिंग। कोई आदमी उनका आएगा और ले जाएगा गाड़ी में, बस हो गया। This is happening not only in Trivandrum, in every airport. UAE is a VIP compared to America or Sweden or anybody. उनका separate status है because they give compliments like anything. And you know, in 2015, in Delhi airport, an Indian citizen along with the UAE embassy official, they flew from Singapore to Delhi. And this embassy official had 37 kilograms of gold ornaments in a bag. He was caught by customs. The Indian citizen was arrested. The other man had ambassadorial immunity. So he flew back to Dubai. 37 kg of gold. You can just Google it and find the news now. People forget things very easily. This happened in 2015, right under the nose of Narendra Modi in Delhi airport. 37 kg of gold ornaments. We cannot do anything because international law is like that. He said that this is my ornament. You cannot question me. I am going back my home. This is only transit. तो हमें छोड़ दो, तो छोड़ दिया। उसके साथ में जो सिंगापुर से आया इंडियन, वो अभी सड़ रहा है जेल में। गोल्ड कहाँ से आ गया, क्यों आ गया, क्यों तुम्हारी उसकी दोस्ती क्या है, ये सब all sorts of problems for him. But this is the law. Now I don't know, probably the UAE embassy man representative might have got punished in UAE. पता नहीं. I could not trace the case back. Now this is happening with the UAE. People have an inbuilt respect for. Otherwise, you know what is so big about UAE consulate? See, consulate is an extension counter of embassy. That is all. Consulate क्या है? जिस बैंक का कोई एक्सटेंशन काउंटर रहता है, वहां एक क्लर्क और एक कैशियर रहता है, किसी को इमरजेंसी पैसा दिया जो किया। So consulate is an extension of the embassy. इतना बड़ा कुछ नहीं है. You don't even need a consulate in Trivandrum. ठीक है, lakhs of people are working in Gulf countries. You need to have a consulate. ठीक है, कर लिया. लेकिन जो consulate में बैठा है, वो आपका भगवान कैसा बन गया? और इसमें देखिए, the higher education minister, he is being provided by जो dry fruit, उसका क्या grapes बोलते हैं जिसको, 1,000 packets of grapes, 17 tons of grapes, and some 35 tons of Quran to be distributed in Malappuram. तो इसका सब protocol है. There is a protocol officer in every state that if you want the state bank to interact with foreign country, because foreign affairs is a central matter according to the constitution. The chief minister cannot write a letter to American president. You have to go through that proper channel. There is a protocol officer. All protocol was violated. This higher education minister was directly speaking to Swapna. His WhatsApp messages, 32 WhatsApp messages in a day by the higher education minister to Swapna. जैसा कि हायर एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर 24 साल का है और स्वप्ना भी कुछ 20 साल की लड़की है, व्हाट्सएप में मैसेजेस फ्लाई हो रहे हैं, अरे ये सब क्या लव लेटर दे रहे हैं? एंड ही सेज नो इट वाज ऑल डोनेशन बाय यूएई. अरे कौन सा डोनेशन? कुरान का इंडिया में नहीं प्रिंट होता है. You get diamond as Quran, and you know he took the vehicle of higher education ministry to distribute the Quran to various mosques in Malappuram. और मॉस्क का जो मुल्ला बैठा है वो डर गया, वो बोला क्या है ये किताब? अरे ये कुरान है, दुबई से आया हुआ है. किसने बोला? हमने तो नहीं मांगा कुरान, हमको नहीं चाहिए, ले जाओ ये. डर गया बेचारा, क्योंकि उसके पीछे पुलिस लगी है. तुमने ये कुरान क्यों मंगवाया वही से? And he is an illiterate man. वो मुल्ला है, मुकरी है वहां पर, जो उनका जो ये अजान जो होता है वो सब बोलने वाला बेचारा. उसको पकड़ लिया कस्टम्स ने, पूछा कि क्यों कुरान? वो बोला साहब मुझे कुछ पता नहीं, कुछ लोग लाके यहाँ रख दिए, जो वैसे ही रहे, जो बक्सा वहां पर है, मैंने हाथ नहीं लगाए उसको. What a joke is going on. And he is our higher education minister. And he writes in Facebook, मुझे कौन फंसाने वाला है, वो खुद फंस जाएगा. जो रस्सी मेरे गली में घुटा है, वो दूसरे गले में चला जाएगा. वो आदमी लगता है खुले हाथ. I have not seen such a hubris. He says, by attacking me, you are attacking Quran. अरे कुरान को कौन अटैक कर, पागल है क्या? कुरान तो एक किताब है, and we know the ridiculous writings in that. जो भी है, that ridiculousness is circulating everywhere. ठीक है, that is another thing. But by attacking you, we are attacking Quran. वो कुरान के पीछे बैठकर ये सब धंधा कर रहे हैं. He says, I am innocent. 2 times he was questioned. I don't know when he is going to arrest. Because the weight of the Quran recorded in customs is more than the weight of the Quran exported from Dubai. Now, this weight difference is to be explained by somebody. Now, customs says that kuch Quran tha, around 4,700 copies of Quran. उसमें कुरान साइज का गोल्ड भी था. कुछ कुरान था बीच में वही साइज में गोल्ड भी हो सकता है. That is why there is a huge weight difference. So all these things are going to come in the coming days. उसके बीच में ऐसा आपको कुछ फटाके फोड़ेंगे, किसी का वॉइस क्लिप आ गया, किसी का फोटो आ गया, उसके पीछे मत भागना. ये सब बेकार चीज है. You know, social media creates so many things and they try to divert because left government is highly defensive. They don't know what to do. तो कुछ भी कर बैठते हैं, उसके पीछे लोग लगे रहते हैं ताकि your attention is diverted. ये हो रहा.
Mr. Mohandas, what is the relation between Pinarai's daughter to this case? Pinarai's daughter, is she connected to this case? Ned, maybe you can just.
I am unable to listen to you.
Yeah. Ned,
the question was, is Pinarai's daughter anyway connected with this? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
It is heavily raining here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And your voice have become very difficult for me to listen.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me, Mr. Mohandas?
I can hear you.
Yeah, the question was, is Pinarai's daughter anyway connected with this? Because her name also kept appearing in the media.
Oh, no, I can hear, but I am unable to comprehend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will just put some questions. Let's put some questions. Yeah. Can you just answer these questions, Mohandas? Kerala is a new hub for terror issues. President rule must. You can read it. You can read it. Read the question. The questions on
the rains are so heavy.
Yeah.
Along with the blowing wind.
In which we have to conclude it.
Yeah. So
it is slowly going down now.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? You can hear me now, Mr.
Can you
hear me?
This video?
Can you hear me, Mr. Mohandas?
I am hearing your voice, sir, but I am unable to comprehend.
Okay. All right. So it's not clear.
Because there is incessant pour going out around me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am not sitting in a AC closed room. That's why.
So shall we conclude it, Meena, then?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mohandas, for this interesting session.
Yeah.
Because of the communication problem, we'll wind up.
I think probably I have explained almost every case related to this gold smuggling.
Yeah. Thank you, friends. And thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Any
Thank
other
you very much.
Thank you.
We'll have another session about the temple issue later.
Thank you.
Pardon me.